what inspired you to start Andrea Davis Wellness?
I think for me, I was probably most inspired to make a change to do something I'm more passionate about. And really deep down, my passion was always nutrition and health and wellness. And looking at the state of the country, we're obviously in a state where many of us are overweight and obese, and almost 3/4 of our healthcare costs at this point are related to preventable disease. So for me, that was kind of my calling of, okay, it's time to put my interests into practice in a business. The thought of leaving my job was still such a scary thing to go back to school. So I found a great program I could attend on the weekends here in the city, which meant I could keep my day job, but also get a nutrition education.
Do you conduct your business at your home, or do you make home visits, house calls, like, doctor visits? Do you do that?
Right now, I am working out of my home, so I will meet them at their office or their place of work or whatever a great location is for them. Other cases, I've met clients over the phone or even on Skype, so that's allowed me to have clients.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, so I've had clients as far away as the West Coast. I'm going to be doing a consult with someone shortly in Canada, so it's allowed me to sort of branch out and reach more places.
Wow, technology is good.
Yeah. It's been great.
I find you, I'm referred to you, I come to you and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need some change in my life. What's the first thing that you would say to me? How would you find out what's the best for me?
Right. For most people I meet with, we always start with an initial consult to really get a background of your health, your nutrition, any health issues you have, what your diet and your lifestyle are like, and we talk about certainly the goals. And that's usually a good first step to frame out what areas we might want to focus on, and also to see if we have the right rapport, because it can be a very personal process for people. You end up talking about their lives and why they have the habits they have, so it's important to have that rapport. Once we get through that process, I'll develop a plan that's customized to that person. And I certainly am not someone that believes one way of eating or diet is right for everyone, or else we'd have one book on the shelf about nutrition instead of hundreds. My plans usually focus on upgrading people's diets and lifestyles and adding good foods in as opposed to pulling bad foods away. It's easier to say eat more of this than it is to say stop eating this. And there's lots of ways people can upgrade their diet as opposed to overhaul. And I think mentally and emotionally, that's a better way to approach it. Something I've done with people too is go with them to the market and say, okay, what are the great things we want to bring into the house? It's hard for people, the marketing has taken over in the grocery store, and what it says on the front of the package may not really be what's inside. So it's been a really helpful tool for people to understand how to get the right foods in their house.
Wow, you're a wealth of knowledge.
No, and education is key. I mean, it's something I say all the time, and it's why I love teaching in these workshops and classes, is that knowledge is power. And it's been great fun to educate people in formats of classes and workshops.
What kind of events are you holding? I saw on your website you have events coming up. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. There have been a lot of lectures and workshops and even teleclasses I've been doing, and teleclasses are when people just call in and listen. So by way of example, I have an event. I'm going to be partnering with a local wine business who has a great event space in the back where they do cooking classes and wine tastings. So I'm going to be partnering with them and their sommelier to host an organic wine and foods class. And really, the goal is to educate people about organic foods and wines. It's certainly a hot topic now, and whether it's on the food side or the wine side, people often don't understand what that term means, whether they need to care, and if they want to incorporate those things in their life, how do they go about doing it without breaking the bank. I am also partnering with a friend of mine to do a health and nutrition intensive afternoon, which is going to be a great opportunity to talk about stocking a healthy kitchen. Then we're all going to get our hands dirty and cook some healthy and delicious foods, and then we'll talk about some common diet myths and diet tips. So that's just an example of some of the types of events that I do and that I will be doing upcoming.
Have you had any organizations that have helped your business grow?
Definitely. I think the one that's been the most important for me has been BNI, which is a worldwide networking organization, and each chapter has a variety of members. No one person is from the same profession. So in my chapter, we have about 35 professionals from different fields, and we meet at 7 a.m. every week, so it doesn't impede anyone's business plans for that day. And we go around the room and we talk about what we do, what we're looking for, what contacts we need. I've met some wonderful people who've been hugely supportive and passed along great contacts for my business and vice versa. And it's opened my mind up to the fact that networking is key.
Tell us your website.
My website is AndreaDavisWellness.com.
Do you have any advice that you would give to somebody who wanted to start their own business?
I definitely do. I think I would say, first and foremost, spend the time up front to make sure the area you're pursuing is something you know you love. It's certainly hard work up front, and it's so much easier to do the hard work when you know that you're really passionate about what you're doing. I would also say, make sure you feel really comfortable from a financial perspective. Things will take longer than you expect, and it's a great comfort to know that you have the time on your side to make things work out. And lastly, I think I'd say surround yourself with a great support network, because without that, you'll never get there. There are so many people who clearly, either verbally or non-verbally, will tell you they think you're crazy for leaving a great, secure job. I think for me, I had a period of about a week where I started getting feedback from a variety of clients saying, "You've changed my life in some way." Oh. And when you hear that something you've done or something you've helped them to do has changed their life for the better, that matters.
Oh,
so when
wonderful.
I think about all the other rewards I might have gotten in my past careers, there's probably nothing that's been so rewarding as that. And when you know someone will live a healthier and happier life because of the work you've done, you sort of feel passionate, you know what, this is the right thing, and I'll make it work.